What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's jaiahhh, and today we're going to be talking about not letting someone jack you out your position, trick you out your spot. I'm going to have to turn a chair for this one. Here's why I decided to make this video. It's because a lot of times people get jacked out their spot, tricked out their spot when God puts you in the position to win, and then you allow any other person, your mom, your dad, your siblings, your friends, to jack you out of great position. Okay, a lot of y'all be getting tricked out your spot because people are not trying to, they're jealous. That's the truth. People are jealous of you. They don't want you to succeed, and the enemy doesn't want you to succeed. So what the enemy would do is have people believing and thinking that you're better than them and all type of stuff, and they will trick you out of your spot. Okay, they will trick you out your spot. Let me tell you something. You cannot afford to mess up. You cannot afford to walk around here and let somebody trick you out your positioning. When God put you in a position to win, you are the only one who can mess that up. You are the only one who can mess up what God has given you. There is nobody else who can mess it up for you. It's only you. And so because the enemy does not want you to prosper and doesn't want you to succeed, what do? He sent people to tell you that that's not yours. He sent people to tell you to quit your job, or to quit the relationship, or to quit the offer, or to quit the opportunity because it's not serving you, right? It's not serving you. Although you see that there are so many benefits to this opportunity or to this thing that you're ultimately in, it's profitable to you. But as you start to talk to other people, they start to tell you, well, if it was me, it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. It couldn't be me, man. That couldn't be me. Yeah, you better than me because it couldn't be me. Because if it was me, da, 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 and they start telling you all of these things to trick you out your spot, and you end up getting tricked out your spot. And now you looking stupid. You like, now I'm struggling. Now I'm stuck. Now I lost the love of my life. Now X, Y, and Z, right? And it's so many times that this stuff happens. And I'm gonna give y'all an example on what I mean. They had this guy. He was a truck driver like me. Me and this guy, we had conversations, and I remember him telling me that, he feels like quitting his job. And I remember him asking me, he's thinking about quitting, and I told him, I said, look, don't quit. This is why I make those videos previously about don't quit your job. I did it. I wasn't saying that for my own health. I was saying that because I've experienced a situation to where I was like quitting a lot, right? And I told him, I said, don't quit. Do not quit unless you have a backup plan and or at least $10,000 in your bank account saved up, so that if this does happen, you are not struggling. There is no lack. You can at least pay your bills, your car note. You can pay the things that are important to your life, to your living situation. So if you don't have $10,000 in your bank account, or don't have a job lined up for you to, get into a new, job as soon as you quit this job, then you don't need to do it. And he, I didn't talk to him after a while. Then all of a sudden he comes back and he's like, he says, I can't believe I did it, but I quit my job and I regret it. And I said, I felt bad for him because, number one, he didn't listen to me. and he didn't listen to me, so a part of me didn't feel bad because it's like, I told you there's consequences to this action of not making sure that you are settled, that you have things stepping behind you. So when you do make a big decision like quitting your job, you're not lacking, or you're not struggling, or you're not looking for a job, and it's hard for people to recruit you, right? If anybody knows anything about the truck industry, you know that if you are a new truck driver, you have to get you literally have to get that experience in. It's literally seniority type energy, seniority based type energy. You have to get that experience in. To have a year in the game is great. It's amazing, okay? And this guy, he was a new truck driver. And I'm like, look, you cannot do this because you will be tricked out of your spot. It might be bad, but it's bad everywhere. You just gotta pick your heart, and you gotta be strong enough to stick it out so that you are not, so that you, and I tell people all the time, take your emotions out of it. You know, like, it's your job. Do the job, get your pay, and call it a goddamn day. And with trucking, you're not really dealing with people. Like, it's not really that, you know, hard. It's not really too much of anything. And just like, I'm not telling you to just take disrespect, but I'm telling you to just, to stick it out for at least you get 6 months. 6 months is good, right? You get at least 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, and then you can go transfer because it shows that you have, that you are reliable, okay? And he got, you know, and it was hard for him to find a job. He still hasn't found a job yet. And, you know, a lot of young truck drivers have been saying that it's been hard for them to find a job. However, I always tell people, if you are struggling in a season, get a replacement, find something else that you can do. Get another trade, get another job, get another, you know, go to another school, get another opportunity, because you do not want to be stuck in something for the rest of your life because you feel like this is the only job that's going to pay you decent. Start planning your escape if this is not serving you, or if you don't see yourself in this type of career path for a long time, long period, okay? If you plan on being in something for a couple months and then you plan on pivoting, that's perfect. Pivot, it's great, it's amazing, but make sure there is a plan that you're executing along the way that is allowing a clear path for you to make a smooth transition. Do not be naive and quit your job. Like I said, I've been there before. I've been there before. Trust and believe, and it's not a good place to be, to not have money in your bank account. That's the worst thing you can do. Out of all the things that's worse, is to not have any finance in your bank account. You need money in that account, okay? Every single time, you need money in that account. You need money in that account. I want to be well-traveled, me personally. I desire to go traveling. I desire to have that type of luxury, because the travel is a luxury that everybody does not have. And also to have, you know, generational wealth. You know, I don't want to spend all my money traveling, right? I want to have generational wealth and invest my money into profit in some type of way, form, or fashion, right? So that I'm making a sense of passive income, right? But, you know, however, I always tell people, take your time. Do not rush any process. Take it in. Really appreciate it and allow God to work in that season. You know, you don't want somebody to trick you out your spot. You don't want somebody to, this is why I barely listen to people, because a lot of people, their opinions is based off of their livelihood. And then you have to question, you have to ask yourself, what type of life this person have lived, right? Were their parents very wealthy? Were they semi-successful? Did they have a middle? You know, like, you have to analyze the person that you're talking to. What is their background? How are they? How do they communicate? You know, you have to start questioning these things, because you would take everything that people say with a grain of salt. It's because this thing that people always says, you know, don't take advice from anybody's life that you don't want. And that is initially true, because somebody would trick you out just by just straight out of jealousy. You know, straight out of jealousy of wanting what you have, not knowing, you know, and you not knowing what ended up causing you to be struggling equivalent to them, you know, and that's unfortunate, but that's how it goes. You know, it's like, I'm not going to quit because it's difficult. It's a lot of things difficult. It's difficult to not have money in that bank account. It's difficult to be broke. It's difficult to live in poverty. It's difficult to struggle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you have to pick your heart when it comes to being tricked out of your spot. Your homegirl would do it. She'll trick you out your husband. You know what I'm saying? She'll trick you out your man, girl. You better be careful. Your siblings will trick you out your siblings will trick you out your job. Your friends will trick you out your whole life. They'll trick you out your whole life. You will be tricked out of everything if you do not create your own identity and know what God wants for you and know who God called you to be, okay? If you know your goal is to break generational curses, you know you can't really be emotional. Why would you sit up here and let every single thing affect you? You got to take your emotions out of things. This is what I tell people. You need self-control. If you don't have self-control, life is going to be super duper hard for you. because you need to have a level of self-control. You have to control yourself. You have to control your mouth. You have to control your body. You got to control your finances. You have to control who you are and how you handle yourself. Control your emotions. You cannot be crying because somebody said something negative to you. And that's me sometimes, y'all. I be crying. But I promise y'all, in the midst of me wanting to be disrespectful, I check myself almost immediately, because I know this is the person who's writing my check, or I know this is the person who can, who can take my job away from me, or who can, you know what I'm saying? That gives them that leverage. And unfortunately, that is the case, right? This is my boss. This is my manager. This is my colleague. This is my coworker. They have the ability to cause havoc in some form, some type of fashion. However, I have self-control over myself, and if this place is not serving me, I can always plan an escape so that I can have a better job who's going to appreciate me a little bit more. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if y'all did, please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. I want you guys to know that God wants you to win. I want you to win. Do not let anybody trick you out your spot. It's yours, and you are the only one who can destroy that, okay? So I'm out. Go ahead and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys like this video, and let me know what you guys think in the comments.